Hello everybody, welcome to Disconnect and Chill with myself and yourself of course, Mr. Michael Adu, aka Mr. Disconnect and Chill himself. Hope you guys are good this Wednesday evening. Hope you guys have had a good and productive day. Hope you're ready to transition into the night into a nice, calm or relaxed space. As we always do, we're going to start with a bit of music to help you transition the body and mind into a more calmer space. I like to play lo-fi music, the sort of music that we're playing now. Helps us to relax, helps us to unwind from a mental and physical standpoint. So therefore the information that we're going to receive and the techniques that we're going to use helps us to transition down to a space of calm a lot more effectively and efficiently. Alright guys, so enjoy. We're going to now go back into the music and we're going to just relax, unwind and chill. Peace. So guys, hope you're good. Hope the mellow sounds of lo-fi helps you to gently transition to that nice calm space. No matter what we're going to focus on is a little bit of breathing practice where we are now centering ourselves with our breathing, using breath to help to restore our body, our brain, our mind. And we're going to use a different breath practice now. So we're going to breathe in for 5 and exhale for 10. And what that does, as I've spoken about previously before, that longer exhalation allows us to down regulate our state or enter into that parasympathetic or rest and digest zone even more. So the more we focus on that exhalation, the more we are building or becoming more relaxed from a physiological standpoint. So we're now going to go into 5 seconds inhalations and 10 seconds exhalations, using the power of breathing in nature to help to down regulate our state. Alright guys, enjoy. So we're going to lower down this music. I'm going to really connect with nature. good for you. Hopefully you feel nice and relaxed with that double exhalation breath of 5 seconds in and 10 seconds out. So I've spoken to a couple of you about, well, the ones that have attended in the past, about what happens to your breathing when you exhale for longer. So as you exhale for longer, your body transitions down into a space of calm, and into a space of, especially from a physiological standpoint, parasympathetic, or from your central nervous system, goes into a space of calm. And what that does, it enables you to enter into that rest, digest, relax mode of what we want to enter into. So guys, hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are feeling relaxed. Let me know how you guys feel. Don't forget to drop a like, smash that like, subscribe, and share this to whoever you feel like would need to see this. So what we're going to talk about today, I've got a question from one of the Patreon members that I have, that's going to talk about, where we're talking about what happens to the body when you experience certain levels of stress. So basically what I've decided to do is give you a couple of areas of the body, and we're going to talk about how stress can positively or negatively affect those elements. So a couple of places that people are really worried about, for example, is things like the brain. So when it comes to looking at stress in the brain, does stress affect the brain? Why, yes, stress affects every part of your body. So the key thing that we need to focus on is making sure it's a positive stress rather than a negative stress. So for example, the brain, in the short term, if you're experiencing stress, what it does, it sharpens cognition, it increases focus and concentration. Basically, that stress response is something which triggers in the body that sense of alertness. So if you feel alert, awake, alive, that's what your stress response is doing within your body. Heart rate increases, pupils dilate, and your body is fixated, or your body is looking for something to focus on. That's what the generic stress response actually does. Now, for a long-term period, so if you're talking into more chronic stress, what happens is you can actually decrease the size of your brain. So the actual mass of your brain becomes smaller, because what you're doing, you are putting yourself under undue stress, and that undue stress is forcing your brain to shrink in size. So your actual brain can shrink in size, and this is when things like Alzheimer's, dementia can come in, because the actual mass of your brain is smaller. So your brain is more susceptible to these sorts of mental health illnesses and conditions. And also what happens from an emotional standpoint, the emotional part of your brain is triggered when you feel stress. So I mean, you might have experienced it yourself. When you feel stressed for an excess amount of time, you can see that your mood is kind of short, you're quite snappy, you're not in the mood to really have jokes or games with anybody. And if somebody does something, one thing that you don't like, it triggers you into a state of automatic annoyance. Let me know in the comments if you guys have felt that, because I know I have that sense of automatic annoyance when you feel a sense of stress. And it also could be when you're tired and you haven't had enough rest, and you feel that sense of automatic annoyance as well. Like the smallest things can trigger you, and this will happen to your body and to your brain whilst you're overly stressed or overstressed. So from a positive standpoint, it can sharpen your cognition. From a negative standpoint, it can actually decrease the size of your brain and make you become overly emotional. So this is why managing or looking at stress levels on a day-to-day basis can help to manage our mood, manage our mind, to manage our brain, and how our brain, the health of our brain. Secondly, what I want to talk about is blood pressure or heart. So the best way I can describe this is if we think of stress and our body, if you think of our heart and lungs as lungs, veins and arteries as tubes, and as like water flowing through those tubes. The faster the water or the liquid flow through those tubes, the more wear and tear that's going to happen on the inside, just naturally, because you're putting a lot of pressure on the inside of the tube. So the more you have or trigger that stress response within you, where your heart rate increases and so on and so forth, the more susceptible your heart, your arteries, your veins is to wear and tear, which causes heart conditions, which causes hypertension, and things along the sort. So, but in the short term, what happens if you focus on stress? You're improving your heart. How can I say, your heart's efficiency. So one of the things that we track within Disconnect and Chill is your heart rate, to see what's happened to your heart rate as a sign of what's happened to your body and how it's handling stress. So the lower your resting heart rate, the more able your body is at rebalancing or bouncing back from stress, which therefore gives me an indication of how your body is interpreting or managing stress levels. So heart rate is one of the easiest and simplest things that we can all look at and analyze and see whether our body is handling stress well or not well. Now another situation that was brought up was your immune system. So from an immune standpoint, especially what's happening in the world right now, which is so current, where we're talking about COVID-19, how can we improve our immune system by ourselves? What kind of tips, tricks and techniques can we use from a biological and physiological standpoint that can help us to improve the way our immune system works, so we become stronger and more resilient? So when you are chronically stressed, you become immune deficient, and what that means, your immune system is not able to fight off illnesses and diseases and ailments or bacteria as effectively as it would if you was in a space of balance or in a state of relaxation or parasympathetic nervous system state. It's common that when we become ill, what happens that we normally have to take time away, where we have to rest, sleep, where we have to just become more relaxed and enter into that space of calm. Reason being why is because our body, when our space is in rest, our body can enter into that parasympathetic state and we can build our immune system back up from being there. So one of the most important things is, when it comes to stress and when it comes to immunity, if we learn to optimally handle stress, then we're optimally increasing our chances of building a good, strong immune system, which can become resilient to a lot of things. If we become over stressed, then, as I said, we become immune deficient, and what that means is our immune system is not able to process or cleanse our system as it would or as it should, which therefore makes our body more susceptible to illnesses and diseases, which is something that none of us want to do. So positive, you have a super immune system where your body is able to fight off all of the kind of bacteria, illnesses, ailments, everything like that. Or your body is compromised and it is struggling to handle the immune response from a biological standpoint, and you feel like you become ill or sick a lot easier. So the final thing, which is an interesting one, which people wasn't really aware of, that how stress can affect, is your sex life. Now, within your sex life, we all feel like, in order for us to be successfully active in our sexual arena, it's got nothing to do with stress. But in fact, the contrary, it's got quite a lot to do with stress, because the act of sex itself is when your body enters into a state of sympathetic or parasympathetic dominance. For example, when you are, let's say, when you are becoming excited, your body enters into the sympathetic state, which is the alertness or aroused state, which enables you to focus and hone in and experience in its full entirety and intensity the situation that you're in. And when you release, or when you I'm trying to say this in the most PG friendly way, when you relieve yourself, when you are free of all worries and cares, your body enters into that parasympathetic state, where your body is in that rest and digest state. So your body has to effectively go into stress and relaxation during every sexual experience. Now, some people, they struggle with one element with the sexual experience, so either getting yourself excited or releasing, or you can release too quickly. It's all to do with how your body is handling that stress response. So being able to manage your stress levels gives you the ability to have a better sexual experience for yourself and for your partner. And I thought that was quite an interesting thing to learn, especially when we're talking about sex from a standpoint we're supposed to talk about sex in general, because one thing that people don't really equate, and this is why I'm going to speak a little bit about sex because I can, and it's my channel. Things like Viagra have made a multi-million/billion-dollar industry from selling Viagra, when what you might need to do is focus on the more natural way of managing stress and relaxation effectively and efficiently, and therefore you can have an optimal life, optimal sex life, optimal brain, optimal immune system, and optimal heart and lungs. And this is what these Disconnect and Chill series are all about, helping you to become optimal from a biological and physiological standpoint, using heart rate, using music, using nature, using breath work, using all these different modalities to help your body to transition to that space of calm. And it's my job to give you the information that you guys need, so you can effectively and efficiently do this on a day-to-day basis with ease. Alright guys, hope you find it interesting. Let me know in the comments if you did. Let me know in the comments what you learned from this kind of period. We're going to go back into the breathwork practice just to kind of, I'll tell you why we're going to the breathwork practice straight after education. So after a period of stress or learning, in order for you to retain the information, what needs to happen is that your body needs to go into a state of relaxation, which therefore creates the neural pathways for your body to remember that said activity or information that was given to you. So we do a period of learning where we learn something new. We're adequately stressing our body or our brain out to actually acquire information. Then we go into a place of relaxation, which our body can absorb the information and make it part of our brain, so it's something that we can remember. So there's something you can regurgitate to your friends, to your family, whoever you feel needs to hear it. And then we go into a guided relaxation at the end. So guys, we're going to do the breathing practice of 5, 10 or second time. We're going to apply a little bit of lo-fi music in the background just to kind of keep the mood and keep the energy going, and then we're going to come into our final meditation at the end. So let me know in the comments how you like the information. If you haven't already, smash the like, subscribe, and share this to anyone who you feel needs this information, anyone who you feel can benefit from this information. And yeah, enjoy guys. Peace. So guys, hope you feel good, hope you feel nice and relaxed. And what I want you to focus on now, we're going to come into that end of session meditation using the body, the mind, physiology, the power of intention to help us to relax. So what I want you to start off by doing is getting nice and comfortable, either in your seat or in your bed, whichever one's best for you. And I want you to start off by closing your eyes and enter into that space of calm, rest and relaxation. Use the power of your breath right now to really slow down your breathing. And just become aware of that sensation of breathing, how it feels to breathe. How it feels for the air to be coming in your nose, traveling down your throat, into your chest, into your stomach. Bring your awareness to that sensation of breathing. The different parts of your body that are moving or active whilst you're breathing. Bring your awareness to the tip of your nose as you're breathing in the oxygen through your nose. As you feel the cold air coming in through your nose. Be aware of how the air feels coming out of your nose or mouth. Becoming aware of all of the sensations that are surrounded around your breathing practice right now. Becoming an observer of how you think, how you're breathing, and how you feel, without judgment, without interpretation, just observation. And by using this observation, actively try to slow down your breathing. So try to pace your breathing on your inhalations and exhalations. Lengthening your inhalations. Deepening your inhalations. And with every exhalation, letting go. Letting go in body, letting go in mind, letting go in energy, just letting go. And just feel that sensation of letting go after every exhalation. Allowing your body, your mind to sink into that state of relaxation a little bit more every time you exhale. Releasing all of the day's tensions and pain points and stresses. Releasing all the pressures and strains that you're feeling. Using your breathing effectively, calmly and controlled to regain control back of your body, of your brain, and of your state. Using the power of intention right now and telling your body, your brain, and your being to calm down with every exhalation. Releasing all of the pressures and titles, stresses and strains that have been put on you, whether that is employee, employer, mother, father, husband, wife, son, daughter. Just for these next 5 minutes, just work on being you, on connecting with you, connecting with who you are, connect to what makes you relax, connect with enabling your body to enter into a space of relaxation. Almost being a bit selfish with your thoughts, with your being, with your state. Focusing on yourself, by yourself, for yourself. And using breathing to do this. Lengthening your inhalations, letting go and lengthening your exhalations, and allow the body to sink deeper and deeper into that space of calm, into that space of peace, into that space of tranquility. Now at this time, working on that double exhalation breath that we were doing, where we're inhaling in for 5 and releasing for 10. Using your mind as that counting tool. Breathing in, expanding your body, and exhale, letting go with every exhalation. And with every exhalation, bring that power of intention of you are actively restoring and relaxing your body. Something that you can trigger and create at your will. And using the breath to do so. Deep inhalation in fully and releasing. And as I count down from 10, slowly opening your eyes and back in the room, knowing that this night tonight is here for your recovery, your restoration, and your ability to replenish. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly opening your eyes. Bring your awareness and your attention back into your room and telling yourself mentally and physically that this is your night to replenish, to recover, and to restore. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed. I shall see you very soon. And as I like to say, enjoy your time, enjoy your night, and enable your body and brain to enter into that space of calm, peace, and control. Alright guys, enjoy and enjoy your night. Peace.